Alrighty, fellas, it's your boy here, and we are back for some more Fire Emblem Heroes. We got the Datamines for the Ganglot and more banner, and I think the update must have dropped literally at midnight, because I wasn't even home. I was actually at a midnight launch for Pokemon. They had one at my local store, so I mean, I was on standby. I was like, please don't release this update any later than 11 o'clock. And that's exactly what they did. So I just was not around. But as soon as I got home, I found that they had the updates already. So I'm going to go ahead and cover it. And then I'm just going to go my ass over to my Switch. And I'm just going to be playing Pokemon all night through. So let's just go ahead and get this started here. We have some Black Friday orb packs, which makes sense because Black Friday is right after Thanksgiving. Let me just actually make this a little bit bigger. Okay, so first orb pack, we have $3, $2.99 US for 10 orbs. That's an okay deal. The orb to money ratio is about 3 to 1, a little over actually, 3 to 1, which is pretty good. Usually the orb ratio is maybe 2 orbs per dollar, which is really sucky. That's about the average. So this is a good price. It's just that they need to be giving us a lot more than just 10 orbs for this. They should give like 60 orbs for a 3 to 1 price. That would be a little better. Okay, over here we have a summon ticket. This looks like it might be for a Hero Fest or some kind of special banner. So this one is going to be 49 orbs. You can buy it 3 times and it's going to be $21.99. Not sure at the moment what this special summon ticket is going to be for. Alright, it's New Heroes Return Ascendance. Interesting. Okay, what is Ascendance going to be? New Heroes Return Ascendance. We'll have to wait and see. Obviously, there's going to be Ascended Heroes on it, but I'm not sure which ones. I'm not even sure what the rates are going to be. This particular ticket looks like it might be like a Hero Fest banner tickets. Maybe they'll do an Ascended Hero rerun banner and have a bunch of Ascended Heroes on it with the 5% Hero Fest rates. That'd be pretty baller. Okay, we have this deal over here for a copy of Pirate Hinoka. And then we also have 60 Flying Dragon Flowers. Probably one of the more least useful of the flowers. I would say infantry is at the top priority, followed by cavalry. And then armor and probably flyer flowers are in last place, so that kind of sucks. But she is a flying unit, so that makes sense. 79 orbs for $36.99. That's okay, this is actually a pretty solid deal. Because Pirate Hinoka is certainly not a slouch unit. She's one of the better... like, should I call her an old duo hero? She came out, what, was it 2 years ago or was it 1 year ago? I can't even remember. Can't even get my facts straight right now. But yeah, so she is a good unit regardless of how much time has passed. She's got effective against armor. She's got a brave attack. She has a pretty baller duo skill where she gets +1 movement to herself and allies that are within range for flyers. And then she also can do a brave attack against armored units if she has color advantage. So, or I guess the brave attack is actually just against anything that has color advantage with her. And she's also from Fates, so you're free to pop Harmonica Azura's duo skill to dance her, which is very good. So this is more reasonable for the price for the copy of the unit. Usually when they do these kind of deals, it's like, I think it's around like $24 for one of the like sloucher duo heroes, and then they have like the $79.99 pack, which ends up coming with the better hero. Let's see what that one is this time. Okay, $54.99. It's not the full $79.99, so they have been taking prices into account, it seems like. 125 orbs, you're getting a Wind Blessing, you're getting 120 infantry flowers, and then you're getting a legendary Corrin female right there. So is this one worth it? I would say this one is probably less worth it than this one. This one's actually really good because the duo Hinoka is certainly, in my opinion at least, a better pick than this Corrin at the moment. This Corrin's okay. Of course, dragon units have been on the rise with all the new passive skills and all the new mechanics we've been getting that really bolster their ability to fight. But comparing this Corrin to the Halloween Corin that we got this year is really a crapshoot. She's so much better, so I wouldn't really recommend buying this unless you're a whale. Okay, we're getting some missions to get some more of the Ascended Hero Summon tickets, which is going to be nice. Haven't counted. Let's see if we can count them up. So we got one there. That's for KOing with cavalry. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, it looks like we're getting 5 of these tickets from here. And then if you want to buy more, you can from those other packs. So not too shabby. I just want to see like what this banner is going to look like first. Okay, then we also have a new customization support pack here. So this one is going to be the typical $9.99 for a castle background by the looks of it. It's 22 orbs, and then, of course, this Harvest Eve background is going to give you 5 times SP for 3 months after buying it, and then a permanent double SP afterwards. So, these maps, this is the map here. Actually, it looks pretty good. Yeah, I think the one before this, though, looked really good, though. The Ninja Den. But even that wasn't enough to make me buy it. But I do love Halloween, and the Halloween theme here looks pretty good. So for those of you that want it, by all means. Okay, next up we have the upcoming Hall of Forms units. Let me just go ahead and open this up over here. So this one's going to be Radiant Dawn themed, of course. Let's go ahead and increase the size of this a little bit. So what do we got here? Bride Nyla. We have Groom Raphael. We got Pirate Tibarn, and then we have the Halloween Digensia. So, Seasonal Hell, not a single regularly summonable unit that you can easily merge up. I guess that makes sense because Radiant Dawn doesn't necessarily have a lot of those. But, is there any good prospects in here? Pirate Tibarn could be interesting with a refine, but as he stands right now, I don't really like him more than Naysala necessarily, because Naysala's refine gave him everything he needed, and Naysala's actually fast, unlike Tibarn, who relies on guaranteed follow-ups. So Naysala doesn't have to worry about enemies having possibly null follow-up or something like that to stop him from just doing his double. So unfortunately for Tibarn, I think Naysala actually got the better end of the deal here. But he's still okay. He could be interesting depending on what his refine does. Digensia, is he going to get a refine? I'm not sure, actually. He came with a non-perf weapon, so I'm not sure what his fate is going to be. He's okay, I guess, but, like, you can't merge him up. Would have been nicer if they had Kurt Naga on here, because at least with Kurt Naga, he was a demote, so you could have merged him up a little bit easier. Raphael is good if you just have one copy of him, because his weapon is actually pretty good. He might not be the worst idea, but I don't know if I would use a Form of Soul on a demote character that's not that tough to get. And then this Nyla, no, Lord only knows what her refine is going to do, but as she stands right now, she's really not worth it. I would say the best Nyla is definitely the Hatari one, so yeah, seems like a big old skipperoo for this round of Tempest Trial, or Hall of Forms, unfortunately. Okay, so now we move on to the character stats and also the artwork. So we're going to start things off, of course, with Ganglot here. This is her art. We already know her artwork, but let's take a look at it again because it's really good. I love this special attack here with the skeletons coming out. And then the injured art for her. So Ganglot's stat line, we got here 40 HP. We got 44 attack, 30 speed, 38 defense, and 35 res for an overall BST of 187. So with any Boon or Bane, that's going to jump her into the 190 bin. Kind of a moot point, though, because she doesn't have a unique passive skill in any of her slots. She does have 300 SP skills, I guess, in all of her slots, so maybe she just scores as fine as any other 190 BST bin unit would. But it would have been nice if she had a perf skill. I don't understand, like, Rearmed Lift ended up getting a unique special and a unique passive, and then the one after that was Robin, and she had a unique passive that was really, really powerful. So I don't know why they dropped the ball with her, but on the upside, all of her skills are easily inheritable. She's got quick repost 4, she's got distant stance, and then she has joint distant guard. So you could actually pick all of those skills up in one shot. So I think they went more for fodder as opposed to function in terms of Ganglot. All right, let's go ahead and move on to Hardin up next. Hardin looking pretty good, actually. All right, so here's his attacking artwork. I haven't seen any of the artworks on this banner yet besides Ganglot because I was MIA when the update dropped. Pretty nice special attack art. And then the injured art, he's got his turban, like, getting destroyed there. Wait, how have I not made a Piccolo reference with this guy in the turban? I don't know. He kind of dresses like Piccolo a little bit. He's got the cape. All he needs is the shoulder pads, right? And maybe the purple gi, but whatever. So here's the injured art. Let's take a look at him. So Hardin, I think Hardin we can consider like the mystery of the Emblem unit next to the Ascended Tiki. So he's got 41 HP, 41 attack, 44 speed, 32 defense, and 21 res. Holy speed. 44 on him. I wasn't expecting that much. I was thinking like 42 maybe. And he's got a 179 BST overall with a super boon on attack. I forgot to mention Ganglot has super boons on attack and defense, which is pretty fine. That's where you want him. Plus attack only on Hardin, though. He doesn't get plus speed, which would have been really sick with that speed, but it doesn't necessarily matter that much. He gets plus 12 attack and speed on his weapon anyway, if you satisfy the conditions. So 44 speed with plus 12 on the weapon is pretty damn nice. All right, let's go ahead and move on to Nina up next, drawn by the lovely Suzuki Rika. This artwork is goated, man. This is so good. Look at this. Suzuki Rika has a monopoly, man. Has Suzuki Rika drawn a single bad artwork for Faye? Because I don't think she has. I think all of their artwork is just splendid. This is a really nice attack animation. I love the like rainbow color spectrum strobe on the special attack here. Very nice effect. And then here is the injured artwork. So Nina's weapon's pretty good. It is basically the same thing as the Sephiran alt that we got for Christmas that one year. So she can grant support guard and defense and res up 2 to allies in 2 spaces, which is very good for support. So her stat line is going to be 40 HP. We got 34 attack. We got 41 speed, 23 defense, and 38 res for a 176 total. And then she's got super boons on speed and res. It would have been a little nicer for attack, but 34 attack is actually a little bit low for today's standards. 41 speed, though, is... I think that's better than all of the demote staff units we have access to right now. So I guess it's not the worst thing in the world. She is okay. She's certainly not the worst merge project, but I think her weapon is definitely the main takeaway. You're going to want to give that to any of your supporting staff units for sure. All right, let's go ahead and move on to Mrs. Controversy here. So, Ascended Young Tiki, right? Like, who in the world anticipated we were going to get this? I mean, it was bound to happen eventually, probably, because of just the sheer popularity of Baby Tiki. But for her to be released in this way and also just completely ape Brave Tiki like that, I don't know, man. It's just funny at this point, the amount of shafting they do to adult Tiki. It's just so gross that it's funny now. So we got 38 HP, we got 42 attack, 44 speed, 32 defense, and 36 res for a 192 BST, really? Okay, so here's an infantry unit that just casually has 195 BST. Alright, sure. She's got super boons on speed and res, which is good. Defense would have been nice too. Like 32 defense is actually a little bit low for her. But 44 speed I think is probably going to make up for it. The problem with, well, one of the problems with Brave Tiki is that her speed is kind of bad. So what ends up happening is that if the enemies have null follow-up, they can really mess with her. That's not going to be as much of an issue with this Tiki. Having these fast, lightning fast tanks that just don't have to be bothered by units that may have null follow-up or not is really good. You could also slap the null follow-up seal on her as well if you wanted to deny enemy follow-ups. So she's pretty solid. Like I said, though, I think her defense could have been a little better. HP at 38 is not going to be doing her any favors as a tank, but you got to remember she has the special smoke effect in combat, so enemies are going to be really hard pressed to clap her with a special. And AoE specials, she can potentially reduce their damage by 80% as well. So there's not going to be an easy way to just delete this Tiki, which is pretty good. Alright, next up we have Elise over here. She's going to be the special demote character that's not featured on the banner, but you'll be able to get her later on after this banner goes away. Alright, so here's the attacking artwork. Everyone's pretty excited that we're getting double staff units. But unfortunately, both of them are demotes, so no, like, perf staff for Elise or Nina. I think both of them could have been deserving units of it. And then finally, we got the injured artwork there, so let's see if Mart's big sis has got it going on. We got 40 HP, we got 41 attack, 35 speed, 27 defense, and 34 res. So essentially Nina, except attack and speed are flipped over. We got a 177 overall BST and no boons, I guess. She didn't have any boons or banes. Alright, sure. So is she going to be any better? I don't know. Nina's probably the better of the two because she's got more speed, but Nina also can't hurt things. But then again, do you really need to hurt things with staff units? Just have them play a support role, so not really sure if Elise's superior attack stat is doing her any better. Although you could give her the Serpentine Staff, which is a souped-up version of Pain Plus, and do a lot of chip damage and inflict fatal wounds. So there's definitely going to be uses for her. Alright, and finally we have Mathis over here. So he's going to be our Grand Hero battle unit. Kind of a long-awaited character. So they actually did drop some pretty anticipated characters on this banner. As long as Tiki wasn't the Ascended, they could have did like any other Ascended hero from Mart's titles and I would have been happier. But here we go with Mathis. There's the attacking artwork. Looking kind of unsure about attacking there. And then we have the special attack artwork and then the injured artwork. This guy does not look like a villainous type of character. I don't know why they made him a GHB instead of just like a regular character, but okay. Alright, so we got 41 HP, we got 43 attack, 32 speed, 38 defense, and 25 res for a 179 BST overall, and he's got a super wound on res. Super wound on res, huh? My boy, what are you doing with that 29 res? 32 speed. This kind of reminds me of Kemp a little bit. He's got like no speed, but he probably wants to be fast. Let's go ahead and take a look at the skills on these units, and let's also take a look at the weapon they gave to Mathis. So Trilemma is going to be on Elise, which is good because this was only on a 5-star hero before this, Maribel. So nice to get this staff on a demote. Alright, she comes with Restore Plus as well. Could have been Return or Nudge or Rescue instead. They really need to give those skills to demote staff units by this point. Heavenly Light. And then she's got Attack and Res Ideal 3 at 5-star. And then Attack and Res Gap 3 at 4-star. So we'll certainly take the Ideal skill, even if it's a 5-star skill that she has to get. Alright, for Nina, we got Sabotage Speed at 5-star. And then we got Drive Defense 2 at 4-star. They could have flipped that for sure. We don't really have Sabotage Speed in the 4-star pool, so that would have been okay, I guess. Although it's not really a skill people use anyway. Okay, Vulture Lance Plus. So he's getting a Vulture weapon. These are really good. These are the Plegian effects, if I'm not mistaken. So if unit is not adjacent to an ally, inflicts a penalty on the foe's attack and defense during combat, equal to 5 plus any current penalty on each of those stats. For example, if the foe has -7 to attack, then inflicts -12 for a net penalty of -19. And it does it for each stat independently. So yeah, these Vulture weapons, Plegian weapons, are pretty solid as long as you're inflicting debuffs, and there's a lot of good ways to do that. So we'll certainly take that weapon, although they could have gave him a perf, I guess. I don't know why they showed Vulture Lance twice there. He's got Blazing Wind here at 4-star. You got Rouse, Defense, and Res at 4-star also. And then Chill, Attack, and Defense 2 at 5-star. What is this? The return of the Chill GHBs? They didn't think they gave us enough characters with Chill skills before, so here we go. Now they have double Chill skills. Now they're just going to start giving these out, I guess. All right, you guys already know the deal. I complain all the time about those skills. Quick Repost 4 has no inheritance restrictions. I don't see why anyone thought it might have, because regular Quick Repost doesn't. So, not bad. The good thing about Quick Repost 4 is that you can give it to anybody, as opposed to, like, Dragon's Ire 4 or those special armor Quick Repost type skills. So, the availability is going to be what makes it stronger than the restrictedness, but also, like, stronger effect, I guess. Alright, we're coming up to spoilers up next, so I guess it's not really a spoiler. We all know Embla already, but we got the rest of her artwork, we got her weapon, and we got a special snapshot that probably is a spoiler. So if you don't want to be spoiled, then click off the video right now. So here is Mommy Bat Embla, her artwork. Let's take a look at what else she's got. Oh my god, that's so good. Look at her, the wings coming out looks so good. Kind of thin, a little bit thin. But that's thin with two N's. Like how they got thick with two C's. I'll definitely take that. All right, yeah, her fork, her like trident is kind of, it doesn't have the pointed edges, but it's more for like casting magic than stabbing people, I would assume. The wings just sell it though. Looks like Dracula's cape from Castlevania. It looks so good. All right, here's the attacking artwork. Again, looking pretty good, but also she is very thin. Gotta feed this girl a sandwich. All right, then the injured art just takes back from the attacking artwork, except she's got, like, dust and dirt all over her. Okay. So, definitely some good artwork from her. This might have to be the thumbnail art, or this one over here. This is just way too good. All right, so here is a little snapshot of her and Asker seemingly joining forces, or having joined forces. I think the story is probably going to reveal tonight that these two were an item back in the day. I think they were dating or married or something, because Embla seemed a little distraught when she found out that Asker died. So, is that going to be the plot twist here? Is that Asker and Embla were in love, or were lovers, and then Asker didn't necessarily turn his back on her, but he wanted to help the people? Whereas the people abandoned Embla, so she ended up getting bitter and more hatred towards humans than towards Asker and such. So, let's see, but hopefully they give justice to Embla. Let's not kill her, please. Can we not kill the baddie for once? Alright, and finally, we have Embla's weapon. This is going to be the last bit of info in this data mine. So, Enclosing Claw accelerates special trigger. At the start of combat, if unit's HP is over 25%, grants all stats of 5 to unit during combat. Inflicts a penalty on foes' attack speed and defense during combat, equal to the number of foes in 3 columns or 3 rows centered on unit times 3 for a max of 9. Pretty easy condition to activate there. You can assume this will be at the maximum 9 at all times, I would say. And also neutralizes effects that inflict special cooldown charge minus X on unit. So nullification of guard, very good. And also if the number of foes in 3 columns or 3 rows centered on unit is greater than or equal to 2, neutralizes effects that guarantee foes follow-up attacks and inflicts special cooldown charge -1 on the foe per attack during combat. So I'm assuming based on her artwork that she's a bat, just like Elm was. So we can expect probably also the bat transformation condition where she gets +1 movement and then attack up 2 if she's not adjacent or only adjacent to beast and dragon type allies. So, do I like this weapon for a bat transforming unit? Probably. Actually, I think Elm's weapon might have been a little bit better, but she is doing a lot of crazy stat swings here. She's getting just +5 to everything just like that, and then inflicting a potential -9. So, this is pretty solid. And then she can also nullify enemy guard, inflict guard on the enemy, and stop them from doing a follow-up. It's hard to say what her stat line is going to be. I would imagine she's very fast, though, and like prioritizing attack and speed as opposed to defense and res. And nullifying enemies' guaranteed follow-ups. You would think she would nullify enemy effects that prevent her own follow-up. But she's preventing the enemy from doing a follow-up, which is interesting. Maybe she'll have a unique passive on her that makes a little bit more sense of this. But that's all for the Datamines tonight, guys. Hope you enjoyed the coverage, and about to go play Pokemon for the rest of the night. So take care, and I'll catch y'all again on the flip side.